Welcome to the training video on how to edit using Adobe Premiere Elements 15. So I'll start at the beginning. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to get your video off of your phone and onto your computer. Now that is one thing I'm not going to show in this video because it's going to be different with everybody's phone and computer, but essentially you're going to just plug your phone in and it should populate over here. You're going to click on your phone, which mine's not plugged in right now. Go find your pictures. You'll cut them from there and then paste them to a file on your computer. Once they're on your computer, you will open Adobe Premiere Pro, go to Video Editor, and we will wait for this to come up. Okay, so now that we've pulled up the software, first thing that we are going to do is make sure we're on expert mode, okay? And that's up here at the top in the middle. Make sure you click on that. That'll give you all the options you need in order to edit your video. Next thing you're going to do is add media. So right below that, just click Add Media. Select Files and Folders. And then you are going to go find whatever folder you saved your videos to. So I'm going, and what you're going to do is highlight all of your different videos, all the different pieces, and you are going to upload all of them into your software all at one time, okay? That will make things easier in the long run. Okay, so now what's going to happen is they're going to populate up here. It's going to be called Project Assets, and you can decrease that or bring that back just by clicking that piece there. Now all of the originals are going to be stored here. So if I edit a piece and I mess up, I can always just delete what I've done and then re-pull it down from up here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull down the beginning of the video and just drag it down. You're going to drag it down to the area that says Video 1, Audio 1. Okay? That's where you're going to do most of your editing. Okay? So first thing we're going to do is cut off the beginning and the ending of this clip to get rid of any dead space. And what you do to do that is this red line that goes down here. This is where that's what you use for your editing. So when I hit play, that red line is going to move as we go through the video. And we're going to stop it exactly where we want to cut the video, and I'll show you how to do that.
Hi.
So Jennifer just started talking right there. We want to back this up right before she starts talking. And so this button right here to the left of the play button will back it up in micro increments. So okay, that's the spot right there, right before she starts talking. Now I'm going to come back over to this red line and come about halfway down, and there is a scissors icon. You click that scissors icon, and that's going to cut the video and audio clip for that. Now I have a sliver over here at the very beginning of the video that I need to get rid of. So in order to access that, and this is just for ease, if you have working with a mouse and you're able to get over it like that. So what I just did was I moved the piece that I wanted, I came over to the sliver that I didn't want, and I made it bigger. And the way that I made it bigger was I rested my cursor over it, and when it gives me that red bracket, I click down and I drag it to in this instance, dragged it to the right. That made it bigger, and the only reason I did that was so that I could right mouse click and delete it. Sometimes when those little slivers are that small, it's hard to hover over them just right in order to delete them. So that's a little trick. Now we want to do the same thing with the end of this.
Let me show you around.
So she said, let me show you around. And there's just a half beat of dead space there. So let's do that again.
In Round Rock, Texas. Let me show you around.
And right after she says that, I'm going to cut that piece. And I'm going to do the same thing. There's a little sliver here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Right mouse click and delete. Okay. Next, we're going to do our audio. Okay. So the audio part, we are going to put above what we just did. It's going to be on video audio 2. Okay. So the first audio I'm going to bring down just like that. It's going to be on video audio 2 line. First thing we're going to do is right mouse click and delete video. Okay, I'm going to bring this over just a bit just to give myself some space. And we're going to do the same thing that we just did with the opening. We're going to delete the beginning and the ending of any dead space. So again, we'll let her start talking, and as soon as she starts talking, we'll pause it, and then we'll back it up until we don't hear her talking anymore, and we'll just cut that sliver. The sliver is big enough for me to delete it without making it bigger.
One of my favorite things about
and there you go.
Is that
and then we're going to move this to the end.
Range.
Okay.
Hi, I'm just.
So last thing she says is range.
5 gas burner range.
And right after she's done saying that, I'm going to stop it so that I can come over here to the scissors icon, cut that, and now I can move this over, delete my sliver, and we're on to the next one. So for the next 2 audio pieces, it's rinse and repeat of what we just did. Delete video.
Another great feature about this.
That she started perfectly. She started perfectly on time with when I started the video, so we don't need to cut anything off the beginning.
Home is its spacious master suite with closet and his and her vanities.
That one was timed pretty well as well, so I'm not going to cut anything off of that one. We're going to pull down the last audio piece. If this ever pops up, I always click no. I've actually never read through it, but I've never had a problem clicking no. Delete video.
And finally, who couldn't take...
Again, she started right on time there, so I don't need to cut anything off the beginning of that.
Suite.
Okay, so there's a little bit of dead space at the end.
Downstairs guest suite.
And we'll stop that. We'll hit the cut button, move this over, and we will delete that sliver. Okay, now that we've done that, the next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to, again, give myself a little bit of space here. We are going to do the pan shots of the different areas. So I'm going to pull down, well, that's not a very big pan shot, is it? I don't like that one, so I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to pull down different shots of the kitchen and just put them there for now. First thing I'm going to do with these is delete audio. And then I'm going to come back over here and see how that looks.
One of my favorite things about this home is its kitchen, with its stainless double built-in ovens, granite countertops, and 5 gas burner range.
So that works pretty well. I think that's good for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up our red marker here to the very end of that audio, and I'm going to hit the cut button, and I'm just going to cut the rest of that pan shot that we're not using. So we've got 2 pan shots that cover the audio for the kitchen. Now I'm going to move on to the next audio, which I believe is the master suite. Pull this down. It's a small sliver. And we may not have enough. Yeah, I think we're short for this one. So if that ever happens, I'm just a few seconds short. It's okay. Let's take a look and see how this looks first.
Another great feature about this home is its spacious master suite with 10-foot ceilings and loads of natural light. It opens up to the master bath that has a corner soaking tub with tile glass surround, a California closet, and his and her vanities.
Okay, so that works. I need to delete the audio here. Okay, so we're just going to move all this down. Oops. Control Z is my friend. If you ever mess up and you don't know, you just want to undo what you just did, Control Z. And then I'm not going to do the last one just for sake of time. It's the same thing that we just did. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull down your interview, but the interview is going to go on this line right there. And you know, with this is a long interview. What I would recommend is listening to it, figuring out where you can cut out time, and go ahead and cut out some things, some not essential information. And what I would do is I would just cut out a piece like that, delete it, bring it together, and then we can put in a transition. Last thing that we're going to do is take our ending and put it here. Well, first thing we're going to do with it is we're going to cut off the beginning and the ending for any dead space, just like we did all in the other parts of the video. Then we're almost there. The last couple things we're going to do is we're going to put in transitions, which is this button right here on the side. I always use cross dissolve transition. There's hundreds of different options, but you can use whatever you'd like. And all you do is you drag this to all of the video transitions, and it's going to come up with a box and ask you if you want the transition on the middle, right, or left clip. To be honest, I don't think it really matters. I just hit OK every single time, and it looks good. So let the software work for you. Okay, so now we're going to do that. Just drag that to all of the different transitions. And again, it's all the video transitions. So every time video changes, we want a transition in there. Okay? So now that we've done that, the last thing we're going to do is the text. Okay? So you're going to click on this big T over here on the right. Now, I always use this one, which is online typography 07 is the name of it. And so it just comes up for me because I use it all the time. And we're going to drag this over. I'm going to put it right, actually I'm going to put it towards the end, line it up with our ending here. And basically you're going to just double click it. Here, let me get this out of the way. Double click it, and then we're going to click the background. Come over here on the drop down and make that transparent. So really that's a big key. And then now we can type in whatever we want here. So we'll put Jennifer's name, and we can move this as needed. We can also change the color. So I'm going to move this over here, move this, and then make this a little bit bigger. And there we go. And then put her phone number in here, 555-555-5555. And you can, if you want to change the color, that icon is right here. So you can, let's say we want to make it black, do it like that. Highlight the number, same thing, black, bam. Okay, so now that we've put Jennifer and her phone number at the end, we're going to click on it again, and we're going to do the same thing at the beginning. And that's how you're going to line it up. You're going to line it up where the end of this block lines up with the end of your beginning clip. And you're going to highlight the background, choose the drop down, click transparent, and you're going to put 123 Main Street, just the address of the property. It's Austin, Texas, and then again you can change the font and color if you'd like, and positioning on the screen. Now that's basically done. The last thing that you're going to do once you've gotten to this point is hit your render button, which is right here. And by hitting the render button, you make all of these different clips into one file. So we're going to hit. So we just hit render. It rendered the file. And then last thing you're going to do in order to post before you post it online is we're going to hit export and share. And basically you're just going to find your file that you want to save it to, choose the name that you want to save it under. You can change the file name and then hit save. It's going to save it to that file, and then that's where you'll go to get it to upload it to Facebook. So that's it. If you guys have questions, give me a call. You know my number, 512-912-6831. Thanks.